Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. TLC dragged for not offering Amy Halterman and Tammy Slaton real help. It's no secret that 1,000 pounds. Sisters stars Tammy Slaton and Amy Halterman aren't in the best physical shape. Amy has made great progress over the show's 3 seasons, but Tammy is only getting worse. The network makes plenty of money off the sisters, but doesn't genuinely seem interested in helping them. And that's not sitting well with the show's fans. Fans think TLC is taking advantage of Amy Halterman and Tammy Slaton. On a recent Reddit thread, fans expressed concern for Tammy Slaton and Amy Halterman. After 3 seasons, it's abundantly clear that the sisters seriously need help. I've been watching since series started. TLC and producers making lots off the tragedy that is their lives. The decent human thing to do would be to contractually obligate both Amy and Tammy to accept counseling and provide them with help for their apparent lack of living skills. The original Reddit post reads, "It's okay to say, oh, she needs to clean that house and throw stuff out. But when you hear about how they were raised, it's no wonder they are morbidly obese and hoarding. She doesn't know how to care for or manage a home. I hope and pray they get the treatment and services they need to improve their lives and get healthy." A few fans pointed out that TLC most likely paid for the weight loss surgeries on the show. Amy Halterman already had hers and Chris Combs may qualify before long. Tammy, however, is a long shot. While some fans echoed the original post, many others felt that Tammy and Amy are old enough to make their own choices. TLC foots the bill for weight loss surgery, I'm pretty sure, and the family agreed to the deal, said another fan. What they're getting from TLC is a miracle that most morbidly obese people won't ever get. At the end of the day, it boils down to personal accountability. Do you think TLC should do more to get help for Tammy and Amy? Let us know what you think in the comments. Tammy's search for love could be inhibiting her progress. Many fans grow increasingly concerned for Tammy Slaton as time goes on. During season 3, fans saw her make significant progress in rehab. However, she opted to leave the treatment facility early, frustratingly enough. Tammy's siblings suspected she left the facility for a man named Philip. Like some of Tammy's other beaux, Philip was really only interested in Tammy due to her weight. Fortunately, it seems that the couple recently split up. Now that Tammy is single again, fans hope she will finally get the help she needs. As physicians said on the show many times, Tammy's very life is on the line here. The wind rattled the thin metal sign outside the Dixon Community Outreach Center, sending a hollow clang down the aging hallway. Amy Halterman stood under the buzzing fluorescent lights, arms folded over her chest, eyes heavy with more than exhaustion. She expected support, maybe even a little comfort, but not this. Not the storm that was about to blow her and Tammy straight into yet another public controversy. Across from her, Tammy sat in her wheelchair, tapping the screen of her phone with growing irritation. She'd been quiet for a good 3 minutes, an eternity for Tammy Slaton. Finally, she let out a groan. "Oh my God," Tammy snapped. "Why is my name trending again? Amy, what did we do now?" Amy sighed. "Girl, we didn't do nothin'. People are just mad, like always." That wasn't entirely true, though. The comments flooding their feeds told a different story. The Slaton sisters are drowning and nobody's giving them real help. The community center did the bare minimum. Everyone wants clout, but nobody wants to actually support them. It wasn't the first time their struggles had gone viral, but something about this felt meaner, heavier, more personal. The incident. It all started when a clip leaked from earlier that morning. Local volunteers had invited Amy and Tammy to a wellness and life skills workshop, promising emotional support, meal planning help, and resources for single mothers and bariatric patients. It sounded kind hopeful, maybe even healing. But once the cameras from a small documentary crew started rolling, the truth unraveled. The workshop was less about helping and more about showing. An elderly volunteer named Marlene stood at the front of the room, waving a stack of generic pamphlets. "Now girls," she chirped, talking to the Slaton sisters like they were misbehaving toddlers, "you just need to eat more vegetables. And try smiling more. Positivity changes lives." Tammy's eye twitched. "You got any real advice? Like something that ain't on the back of a cereal box?" Marlene blinked, clearly flustered. "Well, we don't have specialized counselors today. Or licensed nutritionists. But we do have inspirational posters." The camera zoomed in on a crooked, sun-faded poster reading, "Believe in yourself, even if no one else does." It wasn't malicious, just painfully unhelpful. Amy had tried to be polite. She tried to nod, smile, and take notes. But as the minutes dragged on, she felt the familiar burn behind her eyes. Not from anger, from disappointment. From the realization that once again, people wanted content, not solutions. Backlash hits hard. When the clip hit social media, it spread like wildfire. Popular creators paused their usual gossip to weigh in. One influencer said, "The Slaton sisters need therapists, trainers, nutritionists, real help. Not scrapbook club energy." Another wrote, "How many people are going to parade them around without offering actual support? This is exploitation, period." And maybe the harshest comment. The system failed them again. And the so-called helpers only made them feel worse. Fans were demanding justice. Critics were demanding accountability. But Amy and Tammy? They just wanted peace. Amy breaks down. Back inside the center, Amy paced the hallway while Tammy scrolled, her face growing darker by the second. "This is embarrassing," Amy muttered. "People think we ain't get no help 'cause we don't try. But we do try. We always try." Tammy looked up. "You cryin'?" "No," Amy said, wiping her cheeks. "Okay, yes. But I'm just frustrated. People see the surface, but they don't see how hard it is for us to ask for help in the first place. Then when we do, we get treated like charity projects." Tammy's voice softened, a rare shift. "You're right. And honestly, I'm tired of people pretending they know what we need." Something in Amy snapped into place. A spark. A fire. "We don't need posters," she said fiercely. "We need people who actually know what the hell they're doing." Tammy nodded slowly. "Call out. So let's call it out." Moments later, the sisters walked into the center's admin office. Amy's cheeks were red from crying, but her voice was steady. "Look," she said to the director, Ms. Galloway. "We appreciate the invite. But that wasn't help. Not real help. And you know it." Ms. Galloway looked startled. "We offered resources." "You offered pamphlets," Tammy interrupted. "That ain't the same thing. We came here hoping for someone trained, therapists, dietitians, maybe even someone who understands trauma," Amy said. "Instead we got a lady telling us to eat veggies and smile." Tammy snorted. She said to Manifest Health. "Manifest it, Amy. Like we ain't been trying for years." Ms. Galloway flushed. Well, we don't have funding for specialists." "Then don't advertise that you do," Amy replied quietly. "People like us don't need empty promises. We need honesty." The director stiffened. "I understand your frustration, but this behavior is us sticking up for ourselves," Tammy finished. The silence that followed was heavy. But it was theirs. It was powerful. Social media erupts again. When Amy and Tammy posted a video explaining what really happened, fans rallied even harder. "You deserve better. Thank you for speaking truth. Community centers need to stop pretending they're equipped when they're not." Even a few professionals, therapists, health coaches, advocates, reached out, offering actual help. For the first time in a long time, Amy felt hope. Real hope. A new path forward. 2 weeks later, Amy sat at her kitchen table, sorting through emails from people willing to help. Licensed people. Compassionate people. People who didn't see her as a spectacle. Tammy wheeled in with a grin. "Guess what? Someone offered to set us up with a real counselor. Online sessions. Flexible hours. They said they want to help without judging." Amy's eyes widened. "For real?" Tammy nodded. "For real." Amy let herself breathe, slow and deep. Maybe this time the change would stick. Maybe this time, help wouldn't come with strings attached. Maybe this time, it would be real. The sisters' promise. That night, the sisters sat outside under the fading sunset. The world had dragged them, doubted them, judged them, and sometimes even pretended to help while doing nothing at all. But Amy and Tammy? They were still standing. "I'm proud of us," Amy said softly. Tammy smiled. "Yeah, we didn't just take crap, we called it out. From now on," Amy said, "we only accept help that's real. Not pretend help. Not fake support. Real stuff. Deal?" Tammy bumped her fist against Amy's. And for the first time in a long time, they both believed it.